What is up, Pop Squad? Andrew, Luke, back again. This time, Popcast about ECC. He's dabbing again for no
Always
reason.
dab. I don't know why. Get with it.
Get
Get with the
this guy
program. We're still a year late on those, but we'll get right into it now.
Right.
With the all-encompassing, as Andrew was talking about before, the all-encompassing Disney line. They have literally
the Disney Empire, Marvel, Star Wars,
and their own Disney properties. So going right into it, Yondu. Yondu's looking awesome. He has his arrow, his little
he has the fin,
and he has his nice fin, and he went from being in the first one to being huge. People are in love with him.
People were upset because the movie portrayed him so well, Guardians 2, that people were like, how come they didn't release another Yondu pop? So now they're getting their wish.
There you go. It's right there.
The one I'm excited for most, I've always been a big Star Wars fan, Padme from Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, she has her sleeve ripped off, and she's looking good. She has a nice little whatever.
The midriff.
Yeah, the midriff is the freaking nuts, man. They always do that stuff. But movie
fan service.
Yeah, they're doing the fans service, and it's pretty cool. I wish they just had the scratches on the back.
Right.
But can't please them all. They also had the Deadpool Duck Dorb, which we're not fans of Dorbs, but
not fans of Dorbs, not fans of Deadpool.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah,
so it's lost on us.
But with She-Hulk, what is her in the lawyer as a lawyer from? What is it supposed to be from? Is that actually in the?
I think that is comic canon.
Okay, because I'm not caught up on that and barely caught up on.
He's not caught up on comics. He's not caught up on She-Hulk. He's not caught up on anything.
So there you go. But another thing that we thought was super cool was the Army Man. It looks just like a green prototype of an Army Man, but I mean it's great. That's exactly.
It's the Army Man from
Toy Story. And it looks good. That's one.
And it's one line I'm happy that they're reviving. I hope they do like a Jesse, Bullseye, a couple of the other characters they haven't done.
That would be good, especially since they said that another Toy Story movie's coming.
Unfortunately,
I
thought it ended well,
but no, I mean that's
tearjerker.
Nature of the beast, man. If it's making money and Disney's in charge of it.
And then the last Disney Pixar thing was Maui.
Was Maui with his shark head. If you see Moana, you'd know what it is. But he just got his shark head on and his leaves.
The next line is the TV line, and they started off strong. Well, strong for most people. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, people as always. Rick and Morty. Something comes up with Rick and Morty, and they pump it out, and they have them. They have Rick and Morty as aliens for this one.
The pictures made it seem like they glowed in the dark, but
I think it's just the green. But
yeah.
I don't even know if they had the toxic one that looks the same. I don't even know if they glow in the dark. So I think it's just a matter of as their different universe, they're aliens. So there's Rick and Morty for you.
They're just gonna get you with. Oh, there's the con one. Here's the glow in the dark one. Here's like the metallic one. They're just gonna get you with it.
And then, of course, since Rick and Morty, it's gonna happen.
Right.
And then going on top of that, the rest of the line they actually announced together. Andrew's favorite. Beastman
vinyl hit and the 2-pack
Sorceress. So they had that. The vinyls actually. Masters of the Universe has been in a lot of their vinyls. I want to see if
they're pumping out Masters of the Universe. Period. I feel like.
I think it's
the revival.
The revival. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see. They had the Doctor Who pop is actually the female Doctor. They had her in it. The one that I'm really excited for is the giant white, the undead white. Was a giant from Game of Thrones. Again, Game of Thrones, another one they just pump out, and that's the case
Game
here.
Game of Thrones is always a big deal for them.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they do good ones on top of their 5 Jon Snows and 5.
I mean, they do have a lot of repeat characters, but then when you do get the dragons, I think all look really cool.
Yeah, of course. No, it does, and that's why it's like I think as you can see, obviously we're collecting something, and that's always pretty cool. And then they have, of course, if you watch Stranger Things, they're releasing Barb as an 8-bit. Not really a fan of the 8-bit line, but it's something for people who are collecting Stranger Things. Another one.
Not a fan of Stranger Things. Not a fan of 8-bit. So it's lost on another thing. Lost.
And then one that people were talking about, like, where is this one? Where is this one? They had the flocked Care Bear, and
it's the Good Luck Bear.
Yeah, and it's of course. It's Emerald City Comic Con, so they're gonna stick with the green line, and that's what they did here. All their exclusives are usually, or a lot of their exclusives, they usually keep it with the same within the color scheme of the line, and that's.
I think that's a pretty interesting aesthetic.
I think that's awesome that they do that because you can say like, oh, this is gonna happen.
And speaking of green, which is the color of money, which is this one is gonna be.
This one's gonna be money.
Yeah, it's all money. Is part of the DC line. They're coming out with another Chrome Batman. This time it's green. or you
Yeah.
know, Emerald maybe.
Emerald as they call it, but it actually not really a fan of the San Diego one. The black chrome Batman actually looked pretty cool. This one I think actually looks really good. The color is slightly different than what I was expecting, but it looks awesome. We were actually saying that we expect maybe like a yellow one because Batman, you know, has his old school Batman was blue and he had his gray suit and yellow. This one you could see, you know, maybe it was gonna be yellow, but instead Emerald City makes sense. They're gonna be exclusive, so
we should have put 2 and 2 together there.
But you know, sometimes we're
well, I'm gonna say, you know, yellow for San Diego, and then New York's gonna get like another red one or something.
Crazy.
They're just gonna pump them out.
That one's gonna be insane. The other ones were not limited. This one is only 1,500 pieces, so people were going nuts buying it for 600, 500. Someone put it up for 1,000. I don't know what's going on. No one has these pops unless they got them early. Sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say unless we might have to work for the Funko company on the line. Might have to start shoving them in our pockets or something.
Yeah. But it's just insane that they're doing that. People are already trading for it. So if you get there and you get that one, you're going to be one lucky son of a... Continuing with our next one, the ones that are our favorite, but it was very...
The most disappointing line, unfortunately, was the video game line, which is usually our favorite kinds of pops. They do have one that we're pretty excited for from Cuphead. Love the game.
Yeah.
Cagney Carnation, who was one of the first bosses you fight.
Yeah, I think just the design of it, I love that they don't just do just the regular pops, which is like the character with the black eyes. They're actually doing everything, all the aesthetic of the character, they bring it into the pop, and that's what looks awesome. And then on top of that, they also have the Street Fighter shirt, not even a pop. So they releasing 2 things for this. One is a pop, one is a shirt. The shirt actually looks cool because it went back to the old school like color scheme of Street Fighter.
And the box they showed looks pretty cool.
It's a arcade box.
You know, unfortunately,
still
it's
weak.
Weak showing for the video games.
It's sad, man. I can't. I'm still like, whatever. San Diego better be good, but that's another couple months from now, so it's not even something.
He's just mad that there was no Chief Warthog ECC exclusive.
San Diego, I've got a feeling there's gonna be something. I hope there's a ride, and I'm getting it 100%.
Yeah. But the next, I think their biggest line announcement was the movie line.
Yeah, I think people were going. People were actually really happy with what they released. But
they're adding to the Scott Pilgrim line, Ramona Flowers and Gideon Graves 2-pack.
And people like always, if you're everyone who's in the pops and like Scott Pilgrim is automatically on it. Their niche is always great because they're so strong about this, and that's cool. I think that's cool that they were. It just sucks that they're con exclusive, so they may be a little bit harder to get. You know, this one actually is limited to 4,000 pieces, I believe. So if you're into it, you better get it. And that's
most of these were pretty limited.
Yeah, except for the one that I got, but don't worry about it. And then we were talking before. Andrew mentioned it, Life Aquatic. Bill Murray was in this movie?
Yeah, Bill Murray starred in it. I never saw it. Heard it was okay. But
well, they're doing the vinyl for it.
It's going to be a 2-pack vinyl.
It's Steve and Ned, right? Steve and Ned are the characters.
One guy's Bill Murray is all I know.
Well, yeah, and that's a good song. And then if you've seen Mad Max, they released another character for Mad Max. It is Rictus Imperatus. He's the son of the main villain in the movie. So they're releasing his pop. He's got his nice gun. He's got his mouth covered off. Continues with what they're doing for Mad Max. They're kind of pushing that line. It's kind of crazy that it's actually been a little bit of a while and they're still like pushing these pops out. But then again, they do that with Walking Dead too. Characters from 5 seasons ago, so essentially 5 years ago, they're still pushing out too.
Right, and then the Soul comic pop or anime, right, was Saga.
Yeah, so they released it was Funko did something a little bit different than, or really I think because we're paying attention more, but for ECCC, that may be too many C's. For Emerald City, because they're smaller than San Diego and New York, they're releasing fewer pops. You can tell from some of these waves, you know, and this wave especially, it was their comic line, but they had the one character from Saga where I actually wasn't even sure what it was from, but I talked to Andrew about it and we figured it out.
Yeah, pretty good. He has a TV for a head, so it's
so there you go. It's crack TV, so he's actually a tired person in the thing. So that was something that came up. And then finally, the thing that I think was really cool on top of the Emerald Chrome is Funko's exclusives, and I love what they do with this. It's always something good.
My favorite Funko one that they debuted was Bigfoot Sasquatch pop. You know, part of their myth, going to be part of their myth line. So maybe you have Loch Ness Monster or something like that. Yeti coming down the line or something.
That's a good thing. Yeah. And so being that it's Pacific Northwest, they're gonna say they have Bigfoot. It's perfectly fitting. That's a Funko exclusive. That's gonna be at the store. Another Funko exclusive they had was the green Pulpo, and they had Freddy in his Mariner color baseball uniform, which is really cool. Then on top of that, they have two more things. They are doing their Funko Shop exclusives, and they're doing their Funko headquarters. So if you don't, let's say you go to
let's say if you don't win the lottery
exactly.
at the con, which you always need to do to get on to buy like the Pops from the Funko actual booth in the con, you could go to the Funko headquarters and they have different exclusives.
Yeah.
So different variations of the Pulpo and the Freddy Mariner.
Yeah, so that's what they had at the Funko. They had two things at the Funko headquarters, and they're going to release 4 things online. They're doing another Bigfoot, which is he's going to be green on the face and he's going to be teal.
They're all just color swaps.
They just did color swaps on it, which is cool. And then also the one thing that is outside of that, they did Opera Bugs.
And Opera Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, and that's also going to be there. That's the Elmer Fudd one is not actually linked to their exclusives. They actually revealed that before, like on the side of like another on a side of the gaming line. They revealed that. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did. And I think it's pretty cool. You can get something at the Funko headquarters if you don't go to the Comic-Con or don't win the lottery, or you can go look online for the other exclusives that are coming out. They're all limited. All the Funko exclusive stuff, the shop, the Funko exclusive at the con and online, they're all limited. A lot of them are like 1,000 pieces. So if you want those, please pay attention. You're going to need to do that if you want them.
So basically what you got to do is, if you're not going with friends, you got to make friends, you got to divide and conquer, you know.
And
you buy some, he buys another.
Some people can be good and you say, you know what, I'll trade you this, and people are willing to do that.
Or if somebody won the lottery, you're like, oh, I'll go to the store, buy this for you if, you get this online from me.
Yeah, and that's cool. And
that's what's good about the community there. Everyone usually tries to help each other out, you know.
Oh, yeah, although people will be like, I want to get this first, but if you say, hey, like, that's interesting, I'll get you this, I'll give you this one for that one. You know what? Fine. If they're interested, they're going to help you out. That's cool. That's going to do it for us, guys. That was everything we know about ECCC. Actually, they had
there's some rumored, but we don't know if it's true or not yet. Tina Belcher.
Yeah, Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Pop Ride. It's her on
like Pegasus? A unicorn or something.
It's Pegasus or a unicorn. We don't watch the show, but we saw an image of people saying, when is this coming? I saw there was a rumor for it. That may be ECC exclusive, and they also had 2 other pops that they said that might come in. So we're going to keep track of that. On top of that, we have the rumored leaks that people are saying of where these pops are going to be held at. For if you're not going to the con, you can get them
the shared exclusive
at these places. So they're going to be shared exclusives. Don't expect to see many of the limited ones out there, except for there's a couple that actually are limited, but most of them that are limited we expect at the con. Everything else you're going to see right here with all the listed, what shop, what place, where you can get them. So that's going to do it for us, guys. As always, we want to thank you for watching. And Andrew?
Happy hunting, and we'll show your haul when we get it eventually.